Welcome, everyone. It is Wednesday, November 8th, and we're here for another virtual Wisdom Council call. And tonight we'll be exploring the idea of accepting transition. We'll be exploring communion, which is the sixth jumpy stone. Before Eleonora gets started with tonight's meditation, I want to just let everyone know that there are, as ever, many events coming up at the Sacred Center and online. Um, Hopefully everyone knows about the on-demand video intro class you can take. The Intro to Chill course is now available whenever you'd like to take it. So, and once you've taken that video training, you are welcome to join any of the seasonal chill classes that are offered, as you might expect, each season. The next one's coming up in February, on February 10th. And we'll also be returning again with the next class on May 4th. And if you check out sacredcenter.net/events, you'll find when the advanced trainings are held, as well as the meditations that are held at the Sacred Center in Warwick. And though we don't have it on the website yet, the trip for next fall to Peru has already started to enroll folks. So if you're interested, please do let Eleonora know. And I think tonight we're going to need 7 jumpy stones or 7 crystals or rocks, whatever you want to use. It can work for tonight. If you're new to this work, if you have the card deck, have that nearby, and that will work as well. So I think that's it for announcements. Shall we get started, Elle?
Yep.
All right.
Hi, everybody. So good to be together through Zoom. I see some names that I haven't seen for a while, so welcome, everybody. So I was kind of excited about tonight's chumpy number, which is 6, because, well, before we do the chumpy number, let's get to the waters. The water that kind of goes with it is, we call it in the book energetic pairing, right? And it's accepting transition, which pairs well with communion, right? And the place that we got it from was Madre de Dios, which is the Great Mother River in the Amazon jungle. So I've been to the Amazon a couple of times. It's kind of daunting. It's very loud. And you know there's a lot going on in the jungle, but you don't see anything. Everything is black and still, but there's so much noise and, you know, crickets and chirps and everything's happening around you, but you don't see a thing. So it's a place that's a little intimidating, and that's why it's a good water essence that goes with communion, because the Chumpy Stone Communion, what it embodies is a place in us where we don't judge. We learn to not judge what we're seeing. We learn to just dive in, surrender, go deeper, and find out, experience what's happening without first going, oh, that's what it looks like. It's green, it's this, it reminds me of that. Communion is all about, you know, falling into connection. And I thought that we would do, the meditation will be sort of like traveling on the river in the jungle and traveling down the river. And it's a little bit scary. You don't know where you're going. But then all of a sudden it gets very exciting because the mother feels very safe. The mother is very safe. It's connecting with your heart. So with the sounds, the place that you start out with maybe is thinking or wondering or what am I going to get out of this, and then finding through the sounds the place on the river. It's the mother of safety and of warmth and of surrender. So this is what the book says anyway. I think it really describes the water really well. The Madre de Dios River flows through the heart of the jungle. And through these meditations, honestly, The aim is to really get to that heart, the heart that connects us with the heart of the earth, of the stars, of the creator, the heart that's deeper than the personal, that's deeper than our emotions, that's even deeper than it's deeper than what we don't know that we don't know. And so you'll find yourself traveling into this place the more and more that you surrender and commune and um, accept the golden feeling that everything's going to be just the way it's going to be. That's it. Like it's just, you know, there's a place deep within the river where you'll just stop thinking and start flowing with the river. And the place is full of movement, and yet the waters feel very still. A profoundly fertile, feminine space that's full of life. These waters are deeply nurturing. This essence brings you into communion with your truest self and offers you the security and the freedom to embrace the unknown. So the truest self is kind of like a bold statement. What is that anyway? It's a place, it's not the ego. It's the soul, right? The soul that connects with the soul of the great river in the Amazon. So this is kind of the instructions now, and then I'll play the songs and just to give you a little bit of a form. So we're traveling deep down the flow of the Mother River, and allow yourself to feel freely and allow yourself to be scared and excited. And then with another sound, you're going to listen to your heartbeat and align with the flow to the beat, be in the transition, and keep falling deeper and deeper into the golden nectar of the river. And then just from there, just receive the love of Mother Earth. So we're going to use the great Mother Dios. The great, the Amazon is the center of the planet Earth. It's like what gives everything life. So we're going to try to just go deep in there and like with the sounds and just lose yourself into, just lose yourself. Um, the form that came up is, the form that came up was 6 stones, and it's like a double terminated form. Now, if you're new to this, just pick stones, and you can put them, any stones that you have around the house. And I'm sure everybody has some stones, or the cards. And so there's 3 above. So they could go, I know this is going to be a question, they can go on either side of the shoulders and one above the head. And then like where the hips are, can you see this? The 3, like say the 2 go here, and then one goes between the feet. So it's kind of like a double terminated. They connect and form as above, so below, right? So the form itself is very conducive to bridging opposites, right? Bridging opposites. What's above is below, what's below is above, and they meet in the heart. So the heart stone could be any stone that calls you. It doesn't have to be a chumpy. But it's actually the basis of all this work, and I'm sure a lot of other spiritual works of how do we bring, we're not just how do we bring 2 opposing forces? How do we, how do we, how do we use 2 opposing forces to like become something greater than each one of those individual forces? And like, there's friction, even in physics, there's friction between cells, and then something gives in, and then all of a sudden something greater gets created out of the 2 opposing forces. So, and the main gist of it is to just surrender and lose yourself in the movement of it. and then see what's on the river. I'm excited. I haven't been in the Amazon for quite some time, so I'm looking forward to it myself. Does anybody have any questions?
Yes, hi Eleanor. What was the first line? The second one was
Oh, you don't have to remember it.
no?
No, don't remember it. We'll go back to it after, okay?
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Just trying to.
I just muted Eleanor by accident. Hold on, Elle, 1 second. You have to unmute yourself. So sorry. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
You're
okay.
back.
Okay. Yeah. The words in what I'm saying is really trying to create the energy pattern of it. But basically, it's just find yourself in that place on the river that's exciting and intimidating at the same time. And then go deeper into the space beneath the heart and find that little back door that leads you into, into the sounds. It's the jungle made such an impression on me because you don't see anything. And then if you look closer and closer and closer, every square inch is filled with life. It's filled with bugs that are eating other bugs, flowers that are there, moss, and it's just such an incredibly alive place. So let's see what we could do, okay? So we'll get started. So I'll give you a few minutes to find yourself laying down. If you don't have a space to lay down also, you don't have to. You can just put the form around you and sit in a chair. You can just take your time and meet me back here. Are we all back? Seems so, right?
I think so.
Okay. Well, it was really something here, very magical. Um, Anybody have any observations or anything that they want to share? Did anyone tap into that place of surrender and the unknown
I did.
support? Yeah.
It was that was such a visceral experience. Like I rode the river from beginning to end, full circle. And at one point, kind of almost immediately, I felt like the fear. Like I've been working a lot with fear lately, and it came up a very strong fear to the point where I wanted to cry or scream or crawl out of my skin, like really very, very intense feeling of fear. Um, and as you were making the sounds, I just felt going deeper and like deeper on the river, just like sinking and sinking into the fear and the unknown and oh my goodness, like just border like ready to just crawl out of my skin and then I don't know what the sound was, but at one point you made a different sound, and all of a sudden I just felt the very beginning of it, like just start to soften. The fear started to soften. And then as you continued to make the other sounds, it just, there was just so much softening. And I felt the feminine and the mother and all of this softening around the edges of the fear. And it just kept softening and softening until then I was in this place still on the river, but I just felt like my heart opened and I could feel like behind my heart and at like I was at one with the river and kind of like all that there is. I was like at one with all of it, and it was really, really quite something, I have to say. And my numbers added to, what I'm working on right now as well. So everything really was in full support of all of the things that I am currently working on and the energies that I seem to be called to work with. So this is perfect. It was really quite something.
So I also entered the room that I entered the middle here with different sounds, um, like just knowing that I'm just entering the river. Like it was, so I was in it, and I felt the fear in the beginning, or the where are we going, and then as it went on, it did have this, the room itself, because it's so interesting for me to just surrender the um, into the meditation and just like have the sounds pick me to play it at a certain time. So it was a very different type of combination of sounds. It felt like a little wild, and then it felt like going deeper and deeper and deeper, and just the comfort of being held by the depth of the earth, and the heartbeat of the water, that was very, very refreshing and cleansing. And cellular, yes, very cellular, on a cellular level. Thank you. Anybody else? Sue?
Think Kathleen.
Huh? Oh, I don't hear her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had a sense of going down the river. Was very calming. I could sense a lot of activity, natives on the shores, animal sounds, and people were friendly. We were waving to each other. Then as I just kept relaxing into it, I saw myself rise above the river and had like a bird's eye view. And I could sense the earth, the river, and the earth around the river was very peaceful. And then between where I was above the river and the river itself, there was a lot of fear just in that realm, in that in between place. And I could sense messages coming from above, just calming, just saying there's nothing to fear. It was just a real message of just wanting to hold people, all of us, humanity, like a mother, just to calm us from fear. I felt that.
Oh, great, great, thank you.
Sure.
I like that. Do we raise your hands or what? How does this work? Sue? I thought you raised your hand. She doesn't have a voice though. Oh, Marisa?
Yeah, she's not muted. Sue, I don't know if your audio is hooked up or something. Maybe not. I read her lips. Did you read those lips? Those red lips said, "Oh, maybe not. No, not working. Don't know." Okay. Sue is marked present and full of energy and a radiant smile. Uh, I think Hani is waving, which might mean that's like the equivalent of raising a hand. I'm not sure.
Do you have a sound? I don't know. Does she have a sound? Can you speak?
Hani's on mute right now. If you unmute yourself, Hani. I think she's on a phone and sometimes it acts a little funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
Only you would know that.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Resident of the Zoom world.
Yeah, resident
Mm,
of the Zoom world. Okay.
mm, mm.
Does
Well,
anyone, go ahead.
Oh, hi,
I'll
I'm off
say,
that
okay,
now,
go ahead,
right?
honey.
I'm off. Oh, hi, I was waving to Sue, actually. I was waving to Sue. Now I don't know how to put myself back here. Hold on. Okay. Oh gosh, I don't know how to do this. I felt at first like a very strong fear. I don't know really why. And I didn't really feel myself in the river. I found it interesting that my eyes were open. Like after the feeling of the fear, my eyes opened, and I'm like, okay. So I don't think this is as scary anymore for me. And I can approach the things that are on my mind that maybe I've been fearful of, and I can surrender to that feeling, feel it, surrender it, and then I can take care of what needs to be taken care of from a refreshed place. Maybe that's where the water comes in. I don't know. It was really nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, so Lori is, oh, her sound's not working so good. So interesting that people's sounds aren't working. So words, we have a lot of experiences that I guess we don't need to have words for.
Well, that would sit with my experience. It was really about this sense of when we look at that double terminated crystal, it has almost that sense of a triangle and a triangle, but the space in between, and how we can hold that and surrender into that empty space rather than the endless, relentless need to fill it, which is certainly one of my habits. So that was really what I noticed was that sense of, I guess it is technically a rectangle or a square, but it's really just that free floating space in between the two, as above, so below, and allowing that to really exist and hold me.
Mm, yeah, and that it connects in the heart
Mm,
because what I know about all of us is that the heart is the place that we sort of hold very dear and covered up,
mm,
and so the fact the energy, because the river, the mother is the heart. It's the
mm,
heart, the heartbeat of the earth. And so the two opposing, conflicting energies that would connect in the heart, because that would be for us Westerners a scary place
mm,
to connect to. The mind is a lot more, comfortable for most people, because then we could figure it out and then make sense of it and then what did it mean and all of this stuff. But without a definition of explaining it, it just falls into the heart. And I think, and then falling into the heart leads you into a deeper surrender of what this state of consciousness is really all about. It's all about allowing it, you know, it's almost like you go numb and blank and forget, and you're not thinking anymore. It's like right before you fall into sleep and you dip deep down into the safety of what you don't know that you don't know, but you feel
mm,
comfort. And then if you want to continue to do this meditation, as you just over time, you build that I'm going to call it a capability. You build that that muscle that is able to actually be confused and be worried and be happy and be sad and actually put it all deep into the cauldron of the heart and let the heart just mix it up and then um, and dissolve the mental anguish that we have, you know. So it's for us traveling a lot, say to Peru and to the India and stuff. What I keep telling people is they don't have, because they're so connected to the heartbeat of the earth, their heart chakras are always open. So it's something that's very, very, that we have. We're very comfortable with protecting our heart and using our brain to figure everything out, you know. So I think it's a really, really potent and a really good energetic embodiment for today. You've just put everything deep into that river and let the river take it, and then just melt into the heartbeat of the river and the heartbeat of yourself. You know, so I was very happy that that the sounds came through the way they did. And I always appreciate having the experience myself and being, you know, just stepping into it as a newcomer, you know, every time with all of you, because collectively it's also very different than doing it solo as well. So before we leave, is there any last bits of anyone just want to speak or say goodbye? Okay. Okay. Well, I appreciate everybody being here, and I was so happy that we were able to do it tonight, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay?
Thank you.
All righty. Good night.
Good night,
Good
all.
night. Thank you.
Thank you.